Who was Empedocles? Empedocles was a philosopher born in 490 BC and died in 430 BC. He came from Sicily, Italy, and wrote much of his work in poetic form. Like other early philosophers, he began with the question, if everything comes from just one substance, then how can change exist? His solution was that matter is not made of a single substance or element. Instead, he argued that all matter comes from four basic elements. You might remember that Thales believed the basic substance was water, Anaximenes believed it was air, and Heraclitus thought it was fire. Empedocles expanded on these ideas and introduced a fourth element, earth. Together, these became the four elements, earth, air, fire, and water. According to him, everything in the universe is made from these four elements, which combine and separate in different ways to form all matter. But how do they combine or separate? Empedocles explained that two forces are always at work, love and strife. Love unites the four elements, while strife tears them apart. Depending on how these forces interact, matter takes on different forms. For example, Empedocles may have observed a piece of wood burning in fire and reasoned this way. The ash left behind represents earth. The smoke that rises represents air. The flames represent fire. And the water inside the wood, which pops and sizzles when heated, represents water. Empedocles applied this concept to the entire universe. He believed that the universe had no beginning and no end, it has always existed. But at different times, the four elements are either fully united or fully scattered, depending on the dominance of love or strife. When all elements were once bound together in a perfect sphere by love, strife entered and disrupted this harmony, scattering the elements. This scattering gave rise to stars, planets, life, and the cosmos. Over time, love and strife continually mix the elements, producing the endless variety of matter and life we see. He also believed the universe moves in repeating cycles, sometimes love dominates, sometimes strife dominates, and this cycle continues eternally. When it came to life, Empedocles had a strange but fascinating theory. He said that at first, body parts came into existence separately, arms without bodies, heads without necks, torsos without limbs. These mismatched parts then randomly combined in bizarre ways, an arm attached to a horse's body, or a human face on an animal's body. Most of these odd forms could not survive and perished, but those that did survive became the species and creatures we know today. Empedocles also offered the first theory of vision. He believed that the eyes emit rays, and when these rays strike an object, they connect with the element inside that object. Since the eyes themselves contain all four elements, earth, air, fire, and water, seeing occurs when the rays connect the inner elements with the outer ones. Of course, this theory was wrong, but it was the earliest attempt to explain the process of sight, and surprisingly, it was widely accepted for centuries. Like Pythagoras, Empedocles also believed in the transmigration of the soul, that when a person dies, the soul is reborn in another body. Empedocles' ideas about the four elements had a lasting impact. For nearly 2,000 years, scientists and philosophers believed that all matter was made of earth, air, fire, and water. This belief persisted until the development of the periodic table in modern science. As for his death, legend has it that Empedocles threw himself into the volcano Mount Etna to prove to his followers that he was divine. A famous line about him says, "Great Empedocles, that ardent soul, leapt into Etna and was roasted whole." Alongside Empedocles' philosophy, another important figure emerged in medicine, Hippocrates, often called the father of medicine. Hippocrates, who lived from 460 to 370 BC, proposed the theory of the four humours. He believed the human body contained four fluids: blood, black bile, yellow bile, and phlegm. According to him, when these four humours were in balance, a person was healthy and emotionally stable. When they were imbalanced, both health and personality were affected. For example, too much blood made a person cheerful. Too much black bile caused depression. Too much yellow bile led to anger. Too much phlegm caused laziness or weakness. Hippocrates believed that restoring balance among the humours could cure disease. His ideas shaped medical science for centuries, and even today, doctors honor him through the Hippocratic Oath.